So I am watching a video by Game of Trades here, and they are talking about unemployment and all that other stuff. This is in December of 2023. A year and a half ago, in June of 2022, I was watching a Reventure consulting video where Nick was just talking about the fact that the unemployment rate can and usually does start from an all-time low and zoom up really fast. And he overlaid the S&P 500 on top of it, and I noticed something. And only until now, watching this particular video from Game of Trades, is somebody else basically corroborating the same thing that I noticed. So take a look at this.
And this is actually the third important condition that we typically see at the start of a new bull market. After a bear market has occurred, you often have the economy in a very bad shape, and the stock market tends to bottom when the unemployment rate is elevated and it's still rising. That's where the buy when others are fearful quote comes from. When the economy is in a bad shape, people are losing their jobs, it looks like it's the end of the world, that's actually the moment you tend to see the stock market bottom and when a new bull market.
Okay, so buy when other people are fearful. So let's take a little look at this, especially our two most recent examples. The 2000-2001 stock crash. Unemployment is at an all-time low, actually basically as low as it was today. And then all of a sudden it just rises really, really fast. And then it seems to get to a peak and it just keeps peaking. And then the market just screw it. I think that we're done here. And actually we probably have a situation where interest rates also dropped like crazy because the Fed knew that it was breaking the economy. But in general, when do you know when the actual bottom has come in? Is when the unemployment rate just gets completely out of control. And in this case, rises like 4 to like 6.5 points. And this is an extreme case, 2008. 2007 unemployment is basically, again, starting at a fairly low rate, 4% or so. It rises dang near a point per month every single month for like 3 or 4 months straight as the stock market is crashing because it's a lagging indicator. By this time, of course, the federal funds rate is probably dropping at that point, and it gets up from basically 4-ish% up to almost 10. And the market says, okay, we've had enough of this. All the other indicators have changed. Unemployment is a lagging indicator anyways, and it starts to go up. And 2020, I don't really count because the pandemic was weird. But the point that I was trying to make back then, and that I noticed just from looking at those charts, was in general, when you've got a situation where the unemployment rate is low and then the stock market starts to crash, and once it reaches its peak, the stock market starts to basically rally again. And again, probably one of the reasons why the market starts to rally is not because the unemployment's at its peak, but because the Fed and everybody else have done all the different moves that are required to try to see if they can stimulate the economy and get it going again. And unemployment is just a lagging indicator. Even after the market starts to recover again, unemployment is still going up because it takes months to gather that data.